Hey guys, this is Alicia Podfic, and today we're going to be reading Glowsticks and Bullet Holes by Hyperius. This is Chapter 11. Bruce Wayne was sitting by himself in a little cafe, sipping his cup of tea as he surveyed the occupants of the shop. He was told by Clark to wait here, and that someone would come here to meet him. Clark wouldn't tell him who, though, no matter how much he pressured the man. Clark wouldn't say a word. But he did look a little bit ashamed and a bit regretful, almost. Bruce could only deduce that it's nothing good. That whoever he's meeting is someone he won't want to meet. For being a man known for infinite patience, for long stakeouts and longer nights, he's really not a patient man. He doesn't enjoy not knowing, he doesn't enjoy not having all the answers, and in this circumstance, he isn't pleased with the fact he doesn't know who will be joining him for tea. He lets out a little huff, shaking his head. There's no one he recognizes as of yet, and he's been here for over 30 minutes. Leave it to whoever the fuck to make him wait. He was even debating leaving when the person of interest finally entered the cafe and he saw him, his son, his Jason. Bruce's eyes widened when Jason entered the cafe, but narrowed one's skin when Hal Jordan followed. Why on earth is Hal with Jason? Why is his son with the Green Lantern? Why wouldn't he tell Bruce? Bruce stood when Jason strode to the table, Jordan close behind. Bruce stared at the two, eyes as calculating as ever. He didn't understand what he was saying. He didn't want it to be real, frankly. Why would his son be associating with a Green Lantern, especially one as reckless as Hal Jordan? But first things first, Jason. Bruce turned his attention back to his son. You're here. Why didn't you tell us? We were worried about you. Jason rolled his eyes with a scoff. We both know you could have found me if you really wanted to. Bruce remained quiet, as he knew it to be true. He knows his own skill, and he's never one to underplay it. Unless he's attempting to manipulate an enemy, of course. He no longer sees Jason as an enemy. Fortunately, he felt that sentiment has passed long ago. They no longer hate each other, they're just a bit put off, still. They're working on it, Bruce thinks. They're becoming family again, even. It just takes a long time, but it's happening. They even spent hours together without arguing. And then this happened. He should have expected it. Jason is nothing if not unpredictable. And if he feels like he's being pushed too hard, he'll run. Apparently, this time he thought he should run into the arms of Hal Jordan without telling anyone in the family. Bruce looked between the two again. What's this? This? Jason motioned between him and Hal. He rolled his eyes. We're madly in love, and we're going to get married. Hal snorted. I made him a special ring construct and everything. So long as I'm alive, he'll have a magical glowing ring to remember me. Bruce's eyes widened, and an expression of unfiltered horror crossed his face. So, this is what it feels like to catch Bruce off guard. To surprise him with something so terrifying that he forgets to mask his emotions. It's refreshing to see him act human. Jesus Christ, Bruce, we're joking. Jason huffed before taking his seat. Hal followed behind with a little smug smirk. Bruce closed his eyes and took a cautious breath, pulling himself together before taking his seat. He needs to mentally prepare himself for whatever this will turn into. Bruce huffed. You still shouldn't have disappeared. If I told you what I was going to do, would you have let me? Yes. Jason gives him a look, and Bruce stared back. We both know you wouldn't have. Bruce opened his mouth before snapping it shut. He shot a glare at Hal. Does he have to be here for this? Yes. Why? Jason scowled. Because I want him here. Bruce frowned, watched as Hal placed a placating hand on Jason's shoulder, calming the boy. His son. Bruce wanted to punch the Green Lantern. He doesn't know what exactly the relationship is, but he certainly doesn't approve of it. At all. Okay. He won't argue it right now, though. Alfred always tells him he's too argumentative, that Jason needs a soft push rather than a confrontation. So, he's trying. He's trying. He knows they have bad blood, and he knows Jason holds on to the past and every mistake Bruce has ever made. And he knows Jason's trauma only makes everything worse. But he's trying. Then can you explain, please, why you went off the grid? It was nerve-wracking for me. It was frustrating. It was concerning. He was afraid something bad happened, and he was afraid Jason got hurt or kidnapped her. But if he tried, if he really tried, he could have found Jason. Jason was right, after all. He could have found him if he looked harder. If he had been better. He needs to be better. Because I needed a moment. And you all wouldn't have let me take a damn break. Because I was angry and wanted to leave. Can't I have my own life for fuck's sake? Or do I have to tell you everything? Misplaced aggression, a sign of defensive behavior and repressed emotion, is often used to put the other individual on the offensive and shift the topic of conversation or to gain control of the discussion. Bruce read a few dozen research articles on trauma, a few psychology textbooks, and anything he could find on PTSD. He's going to do this right, whatever it is that's going on with Jason. He's going to find a way to fix things. Fix them. Bruce let out a controlled breath. Okay, just like that? Bruce nodded. Yes, just like that. He has so many questions, so many thoughts and feelings and resentment. He wants to scream, to cry, to shake Jason and just make him see how much Bruce cares. And how loved he is. He wants to show Jason that what he's doing is wrong, how disappearing is wrong, how teaming up with fucking Hal Jordan is wrong, how his family is in Gotham with them, with the bats. He wants Jason to see how they need him and how he needs them. Why can't he see that? No yelling, no long lectures or disappointment? Is this really how Jason sees him? Someone who just yells and shouts and argues? As someone who's disappointed and angry? God, he hopes that isn't the case. Bruce shook his head. I don't understand it, but if you feel like it was necessary for you, and you're remaining safe, then it's fine. Though, I would have preferred you alert someone of your whereabouts next time. We really were worried. Jason blinked, confusion clear in his face, and it hurt Bruce to see Jason so unused to him being kind. He has a lot he needs to improve on, it seems. Yet he's still doing the sketchy shit, as Clark calls it. If Jason knew what he has planned, everything he believes about Bruce will be proven true. And maybe, just maybe, that's the problem. We're both working on the same case, correct? Jason nodded. Let's work together. You, me, Clark, and Hal. Why did you say my name like that? Bruce shot a glare at Hal, and Hal snapped his mouth shut. Right, not the time. Jason sighed and nodded. Yeah, we can work together. It'll be more efficient, so tonight, meet at Hal's place. Wait, my place? Yes, Hal, your place. Hal huffed. Both Jason and Bruce ignored him. Bruce nodded. Okay, I'll meet you there. He stood up, dropping 100 on the table. Hal's eyes widened, but Jason just huffed, shaking his head. Bruce was, as awful as he acted sometimes, a good man. He always tipped big, helped who he could when he could. I'll see you tonight, son. Yeah, sure, whatever. Jason watched Bruce leave, and as soon as he was out of the doors, Jason let his shoulders drop. And Hal was able to see the tension bleed from his body as he relaxed. The Green Lantern grabbed his hand. You okay? Jason nodded, and they both ignored how his hands trembled. It was just a lot sooner than what I was prepared for. Hal hummed. I get it. He gave Jason's hand a little squeeze. Just remember, you weren't alone in this. Jason allowed himself a small smile. Thank you. Clark held Bruce back, keeping him from running into the explosion of red. Bruce cried out, struggling against Clark's hold. Jason, my son, let me go. Clark held Bruce firmly in his arms. It's too dangerous. Bruce shook his head. There is nothing too dangerous that would keep him from saving Jason. He won't let his son die again. Never. No, let me go. Let me go. Bruce shifted again, ducked his way beneath Clark's arms to escape from the firm hold. Then he ran. He heard his friend calling after him, but he didn't care. He had to get to Jason, to his son. Bruce Wayne ran into the blinding red light. Bruce Wayne ran to his son. Alright guys, and that is the end of chapter 11 of Glowsticks and Bullet Holes by Hyperius. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you next chapter.